Hey guys, look what came today. So my new forge came. It's from Devil Forge. It was named as one of the top 10 models. Came really fast, like 3 or 4 days. I think it came from Lithuania. But yeah, there was no problems with the shipping. They sent it out right away and it got here. This one was around $200. So we're gonna get this thing put together and test it out. The double burner. Here's the double burner. Gas valve. Hose. Boy, everything comes really nicely wrapped. You know, I ordered this neon sign for my nephew's graduation, and not only did the thing take forever to get here, it came from China. Not only did it take forever to get here, but when it got here, the thing was broken because they didn't package it very well. I mean, it's a glass neon sign, and they packaged the daggone thing in like an envelope. They didn't even put it in a box to protect the glass. So, needless to say, it was, you know, it was flickering, and I basically, instead of sending it back, because I didn't want to get either another broken one or, I mean, the thing took so long to get here, I didn't want my nephew to have to wait forever to get it again. This is refractory coating rigidizer. Basically, there's a ceramic blanket that goes inside the forge for the heat protection, and this is a new thing they're doing. They're sending this rigidizer, basically turn it into like a mud, and you brush it on the heat blanket, and it makes your forge just last a lot longer. What do we got here? Oh, this must be my fire brick. This is the fire brick. It goes on the bottom of the inside. Now, I'm going to leave this a little bit wrapped up because they are pretty fragile. And fire bricks is what I made my first homemade forge out of, so. Boy, it feels like Christmas morning. I think that's just part of the fiberglass blanket. Maybe I should be using rubber gloves. Another piece. What do we got here? Using my first blade to open things. We got all our copper fittings, brass fittings maybe, I'm sure they're brass. We got our valve. And last but not least, our Devil's Forge. Let's get this thing cut open. Now there was two versions of this exact forge. At the time, I couldn't figure out, because the pictures looked the same to me at first. And one of the forges was $189, something like that. And this one was $20 more. But they looked exactly the same. But in the description, it said, basically it said 2-burner forge plus 1D, which is this, 1D plus 1D. And the other one was just a 2-burner forge. And I couldn't figure out what the 1D was that was costing me an extra 20 bucks. I almost just bought the cheaper one because it just seemed like I couldn't figure out what the 1D is. Well, if you're going to buy the Devil's Forge and you can't figure out what the 1D is, it's this. It's the 2-burner plus 1 door. Okay, 1 door. So worth the extra $20. So if you get on, I think I got this off eBay. So if you get on eBay, Devil's Forge, it's put together really well. I think it's going to be well worth the money. $200 seems pretty cheap. And it's like I said, I did a little bit of research, and this was rated one of the best brands for your money. So there we go. There's the fire blanket inside. We're going to get this thing put together. Get the rigidizer mixed up, coated on. They even give you a little paintbrush to brush it on. All right, here we go. Put it together. Okay, so now I know what this other insulation is for. These two thin pieces. It's to put on the inside of these burner ports, wrap around the male ends to keep the flames from coming out. So it's get you a better seal on your burner tubes here. All right, so this stuff is pretty thick, so you can't really wrap the whole bundle around there and try to stuff it in. So basically, I just put it down in the hole and just stuff some in there. I think that's about the best you can do with it. I think it'll work just fine. It's just to keep that flame from coming out. Tear off little pieces and stuff them in there. I think that'll be just fine. Alright, well, I think that's good. Get me a wrench to tighten up these bolts. And guys, when you're tightening these bolts down, I'm pretty sure you just want to snug them up. You don't want to go too far with them and take a chance of cracking these pipes, causing a gas leak, or to hinder the flow of gas to your forge. So snug them up, not too tight. Alright, that's not going anywhere, so we're going to call that good. Alright, we got our regulator, all our brass fittings, and our hose clamps. Whoops. Let's get us a clamp on there first. I want that down there pretty good because I don't want any gas coming out. Alright, I'll get her. Clamp closed. Alright, that should keep the gas from coming out. Got our other clamp on. This is the end that's going to be going into the regulator. Maybe I'll just tighten it on here first. Tighten it up on there first and then put it on the rest of the way. Oops. Now this is a reverse thread. Alright, tighten up our clamp. Screwdriver, where did you go? Put it back. Here's some pretty nice heavy duty clamps too. I got a weed burning torch that they supplied me with a pretty crappy clamp, and that thing just leaks gas. So thanks for the good quality clamps, Devil's Forge. Alright, that's on there. And this goes here to adjust your gas pressure. All right, valves put together. Just gotta tighten this up before I use it. That's that. Forge is all done. Oh well, it's not done. I still gotta put on the protective mud stuff. So other than that, forge is complete. Back door. There's a look through the forge. Double burners on there. I know the lettering's backwards. Devil's Forge. So gonna get the mud on there. Give it a day. Fire it up, test it out. Okay, so basically this stuff called for 210 milliliters of water per bag of powder. So I just got a glove on and an old dog bowl that I don't use anymore. And I want you to mix this stuff up for 15 minutes. So I'm going to mix it up for 15 minutes and then paint it on. Man, 15 minutes seems a little excess. I mean, after about 20 seconds, the way I'm doing it, seems to have mixed and, you know, incorporated the powder and the water. But I paid $200 and something for this thing. I'm going to do it for 15 minutes if that's what they want me to do. I definitely want it to work well. So maybe it's just You know, maybe it just gets thicker. I don't know. 15 minutes is what they want. 15 minutes is what they're going to get. All right, it's been 15 minutes. My arms feel like they're going to fall off. And now we're going to apply the mud to the inside of my forge. So once I do that, and I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. Got the bottom half done. So now don't worry about getting this stuff on the outside because it wipes off pretty good before it dries. I'm going to get the bricks in there before I finish. Alright, so the bricks are in there. Now I'm going to finish painting the rest of this stuff on. Alright, so the rigidizer is all in there. Spread out, brushed on. Bricks are in. Now this thing just needs to sit overnight. And then tomorrow we'll get it out and fire it up. See how it does. Alright guys, I got my forge all set up and plugged in. I brought it outside because I'm, you know, never lit one of these up before, so we're going to turn on the gas. Turn the pressure on low until we get it lit. Yeah, there went a few arm hairs. Let's turn the gas up a little more. There she is, she's roaring. I actually had this lit a few minutes ago. It took me a while because all it was doing was putting out, you know, big fire flames, not really forging blue flames. It was just big flames coming up, you know, 4 feet out of the forge. So basically what I had to do was play with these little breathers on the top and play with the gas valve to get it to where it's a blue forging flame. So I don't recommend when you first fire these up doing it inside. Make sure you bring it outside because those flames do go pretty high. So there it is. Only got one burner going because the blade I was just working on heating up wasn't long enough for two burners. So I got the back burner shut off, and the way you do that is by that little valve right there. It allows gas to just go to the front burner.